Good evening, Janet and else. We'll be taking a few seconds extra for the rest of the people to log in with the system. Can everybody hear me okay?
Ik zie jou, Rob.
Mooi zo.
Hè. Komen er mensen binnen?
Niet veel hoor.
Huh?
Super fail. Even iets doen. Okay, guys, this is it. The webinar that everybody's been waiting for. It's about automated internet marketing. And yeah, I will start right now because we've waited for long enough. Can everybody see the PowerPoint?
Ja.
Okay. Welcome to the webinar Automated Internet Marketing. We are a little late, but that's no problem. I'll introduce myself. My name is Rob Alders of Rob Alders Coaching. And I've started up a new venture, and I was last weekend in London at the Power to Achieve event with a stand. And this was about automated internet marketing. Rob Alders Coaching is a diamond partner of a company in Poland called Sales Manago. Before I continue, I'd like you to watch a small movie that I've shown at that event.
Hey, marketer, do you really like your job? Do you know that 2/3 of your peers plan to change
Je
their
moet harder op.
20% of them are looking for a new job right now. 68% declare they experience more stress than 5 years ago. And most of them don't feel appreciated because 80% of CEOs do not really trust them and are not very impressed by the work done by marketers. People sound like marketers are too hard. Let's make it clear. Marketing work is difficult. Like in the old days, it's not going to change anytime soon. Shift from offline to online, and today from desktop to mobile, with huge impact of social media and other channels, more personalized messages, multiple touchpoints delivered at the most suitable time. Producing new marketing theories and approaches will not solve these problems, so really forget about reading any of the 50,000 books about marketing on I know that changing this perspective is not easy, but today more and more marketers start to deal with that seriously. Over 60% of marketers plan to implement marketing automation system within the next 12 months. Why? Because they do not want to be marketing artists anymore. They are really into being marketing scientists. How is it possible to happen? By collecting in real time individual customer data about website behavior, behavior, offline behavior, purchases and transactions, and using this customer data to automatically provide personalized one-to-one offers to the right person in all marketing and sales channels. Email marketing, dynamic website content, Facebook and ad networks, social media, mobile, centers, point of sale. But the process is ready. Now start to optimize them and have clear information about what works in your marketing and what does not work. Be rational. Make marketing a science. Track, measure, optimize. Stop guessing. Do not shoot blindly. Enter the new school of marketing.
Well, there's always a bend at the end. Good evening. Because this show is being recorded, there is a small delay of around 15 seconds. This is the first time I'm using this new software, and it's based on a system called Google Hangouts. Now I'll continue with the second slide. Sales Monaco Marketing Automation. It's a really cool system. You can use it on your mobile phone and on your tablet. What does it do? It is a next generation solution that enhances your marketing. I won't get into all the parts of the slides because people can read it for themselves. But this system gives you, and that's the basis of it, gives us a 360-degree customer view. So you get a lot of data on this concerning your customers, and you get a very good view of this customer from all sides. Now, you can integrate Sales Monaco with social media, mobile, website, and you can do email marketing with this, and you can also use it for your web shop. And it gets really amazing results at a fraction of the price that you'd find it. Sales Monaco works with a lot of companies in 40 countries, actually 5,000 clients. New Balance, Orange, Yves Rocher. With Yves Rocher, it's a really interesting client because they are really willing to really integrate the whole system. Peugeot, Timberland, Toys R Us, and the World Wildlife Foundation are some of the customers that use Sales Monaco. Sales Monaco actually is in the small and medium-sized enterprise, the business to consumer sector, is Sales Monaco the leader. This means for your business to the consumer, this is the software that you need. If we compare it to all the big automated internet marketing companies, Sales Monaco is on a 5th or 6th position in market share. But who is Sales Monaco and what are they? This company was founded in 2011 in Krakow, Poland. It employs Yuri 200 people, but it's now over 300 people, 5,000 customers in 40 countries. They have investors from abroad, which means that this company is very, very solvent, and their growth rate year to year is 200%, which means their turnover doubles every year. Sales Monaco has also been seen by VentureBeat and TechCrunch, and they have very interesting articles about Sales Monaco and their system. The main benefits of Sales Monaco on the business side is you increase your sales revenue, and it's a lead generation system whereby people visiting your website can come into the system and you can contact them. It has also a way of increasing the lifetime value of each customer. What does that mean? In marketing terms, and it was also mentioned during the Power to Achieve event, if you have a customer and he buys something from you, let's say for £200, he does that 3 times a year, that is £800, and this customer stays a customer with your organization for 2 years, this customer is worth £1,600. Wouldn't it be cool if you could increase the lifetime value of this customer by, say, a year or 2? That's possible. The results in this system are very measurable. And now, a big problem with internet marketing these days is the marketing department and the sales department are not aligned. Actually, if you have a marketing department and a separate sales department, they're always fighting because the sales department says, well, the leads that we're getting and we have to call are not really good. The marketing department says, yeah, well, what do you expect? We've been nurturing the client, we've been giving them a lot of content, and they're ready. Another thing that the system does as a business benefit is improve productivity. The marketing benefits is a whole different story. You can capture leads at a very early stage of the decision making process. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say a client is in the funnel and he's thinking about your products, but he's still comparing, or she's still comparing you to different things. You can give this client a good feeling. They will know, like, and trust you. You can also make campaigns to optimize the capabilities of your marketing strategy. You can target customers. You can personalize the newsletters. You can create in the system knowledge about a customer's behavior for your entire company. It doesn't mean one product group. It means every product group, because you can segment the client. These are some of the business and marketing benefits. How does Sales Monaco work? Well, actually, it is linked to your website. It takes a lot of information about their behavior and information and things like that. Now you can start also automating your response and the marketing processes. And at the moment that your client is ready to buy, you've done everything to make it possible. But this client doesn't want to feel that he's one out of a million or that she's one out of a million. Your client wants to have the feeling that they get a personal attention in the way that they want, at the time that they want, with the offer that they want. This is possible with Sales Monaco. What do? You give and deliver dynamic personalized content, which means the information that they want. Plus, you give offers through every channel. Now I'm going to say something that I haven't said before. Sales Monaco also has a mobile application called App Monaco. By using these two systems, Sales Monaco and App Monaco, you have a multi-channel automated internet marketing system. Isn't that great? So you can send push notices, apps, SMS. You can do email marketing. You can do networking, social media integration. Your call center and your POS, point of sale system, can also be linked to Sales Monaco or App Monaco, whereby you have then the sales history inside of Sales Monaco, and you can do a lot of nice things with that. The main features of Sales Monaco, okay, like I said earlier, a 360 degree customer view from all sides. But you can create your emails through drag and drop templates. You can track your visitor via the website. You can do testing. You can do workflow creations. You can do Facebook lead generation, automation rules, which actually is like a workflow. It means when a client comes onto your website, they fill in a form. The whole system is then automated, and you make the rules for your own business. But how do you do this actually? Well, the criteria are the marketing and sales actions. It starts with an event, like a visit to your website, or an email being opened, or a prospect that has been added to a certain campaign. With that event, it will have to work with some requirements and conditions. What are you going to communicate is really important. What kind of a reaction are you looking for from your client? Who do you contact for which products? Why do you contact these clients? These are the conditions. And then you set up the action. The action is which channel is best to get into contact with your client. What kind of a platform do you need? And who in the team takes an action? Well, in Sales Monaco, you can put in several users. Each of these users has a role. So let's say, and I'm going to do a start from the beginning. A client visits your website and you communicate to him in the form of a pop-up says, look, if you fill in the pop-up, you will get a certain ebook. This new lead in your system will be assigned to one of the salespersons who comes in the morning, logs into the system, and sees a list of people that he has to call back or she has to call back. The event, the condition is the action. And it's really cool. It works very well. This I mentioned a lot of times. Digital body language. Everybody has a digital body language and telltale signs on the internet. Are you ready to get information? Are you searching for special things? What kind of things are you? Your language, your sex, your age. What kind of a system do you use? All these things leave clues to where you are in the sales cycle. Are you looking for information? Are you ready to make a choice? Or are you ready to receive an offer? And these things are really important because then you know in which phase your client is. Up to now, I've had a lot of information, and I hope everything is really clear. I would like, if you have questions, write them in the chat part, and we will proceed from here. KP, which a lot of you have seen at the event in London, will take it from here. Thank you, and KP, that's all yours.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, this is one of the very important parts of the system. This is the visitor tracking. With this, you have an overview of how many people visit your website, where they come from, and if they're known, you see all their details here. Just take a look. And you see the graphics. The graphics will come back always with several different aspects we are going to show you now. Next slide, Rob.
Yes, sir.
The CRM. The CRM is the backbone of the system. With this CRM, you can all the details of the interest of your clients can be tagged within this CRM system. You see here the number 169, and that means there are 169 people in your CRM system, but they are all individuals with own needs, with own actions, and that is the one-to-one personalization is coming back in here in this number. Yeah, so it is very important that you know as much as you can about your clients and tag everything. What Rob said in the body language, interest, age, sex, birthday, what has been sold to the client, and that gives an overview, and then you can send very detailed personal information to your client. Next. Well, here you see what's been mentioned before, also the 360 customer view, so you know what this client needs, what he wants, what his interests are. And so here you see You see with this gray, it's hard to read, but those are the tags. Every tag makes it more personal. So the more tags you can put in here, the more you know your customer, the more you can send him the information that the customer wants to know. And that leads in the funnel to a personal sell. Yeah, so the client knows that you know what he wants. And that gives a bond. And this factor is really important for a client to come back to you. Why should he go to your competitor if you know the customer and you know what he wants? Next slide. Well, this is more detailed from what we just saw. You can see a timeline. You can in the system. You can overview everything a client did, if it was over the app, what Rob just told, or it is from the website. You can overview every visit from your client. And this one is especially for the mobile data. That is a system that is beyond any imagination. This is really good and very detailed. And I think I won't start telling you about this system right now, because then we can talk for hours and hours. So let's leave it for now here. Email marketing and newsletters, very important also. And I come back to these tags I told you before. Yeah, it is important to know what your customer wants. Yeah, and with this system, you can create a workflow that gives you the possibility to send, especially you can see it here, one-to-one personalization. So everybody gets their own newsletter, gets their own email with their interests. Yeah, and so you nurture your client, so you nurture your lead, your prospect. Yeah, when you know as many details as you can. For example, the birthday. It you can market that very good. I gave several times an example. If you have a bookshop, if you know your customer, you know what he likes, you can send him a voucher with your birthday congratulations, and he comes back to you, and you give him 10% discount. So you make him happy, but also there is a possibility to send a voucher with the question, send it to your friends, let them buy your books at my bookstore, and in exchange of their details, they get 10% off. And so you have a few more people in your CRM. The system offers you the possibilities to analyze everything that there is. And about the system, it's very easy. You can see here an example of the template creator. It is drag and drop. It's as easy as you see it in here. All the templates are there. Just create what you want, write the content that you want, and in combination with the tags, you can send anything you want. There are 100 predefined customizable templates, And so there is a lot of possibilities. Well, this is something that I mentioned before already. No, if you write down all the details, what the client buys, where he's looking at on your website, reactions on your email campaign, everything, um, uh, everything that you know, you can send him more details, more information, more about your pricing on a time that you know that your client reads his email, because the system knows that, and you can send the information on a moment that your client is reading his emails. Well, you can see in the system emails that you have sent, emails that are opened, and all this kind of information you can analyze. And because you can analyze, you can over and over learn from your own campaigns and add more information about the clients. So you build up. Next, Rob. Here you see an example of the personalization of your own content. Yeah, you know what your client wants, and you can put this in all. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. This information, yeah, that can be personalized in the pop-ups and sidebars, and on the website, and so you can see, you can constantly share your information with your client at all kinds of content. Yeah. Okay, next. This is important. Lead generation and conversion of anonymous visitors. The system, for the system, it is possible to follow what the client reads and sees on your website. And because you know that, you can send them a pop-up with uh, a question. For example, I see that you're interested in this information. I wrote an ebook. Will you please leave your contact details? And I sent you the ebook. And the moment the anonymous, until then anonymous visitor write down his contact details, then the system can see in the history how many times and where this specific visitor has been already. So the anonymous visitor turns into a lead, and you can build up a relationship with a known visitor instead of an anonymous visitor. Next. Facebook lead generation. Well, over Facebook, you can send ads to Facebook, and that leads to your website. And from this combination, yeah, you can. Ik ben even af, sorry.
Shall I take over?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, you can actually integrate your Facebook account with Sales Manago, whereby you use Facebook to get leads, and the information from Facebook will come back to Sales Manago. You can also create marketing automations processes based on Facebook lead ads, which means it's a new avenue for getting the information. If you look at this whole system, and I'm going to put my mouse over here, this is an online manual. This is in the platform. Here, there's a part which is getting started, and you can have a help desk, all things like that will help you with the whole system. And this is what it really looks like. We're now actually in the Sales Manago system. If you look at this, you can also automate your Facebook advertising. It means you can display it on customers' profiles and their activities. You can go to new custom audiences, which means you have control over what you do and what kind of information you feed to the people that are following you on Facebook. There's a wizard that can help you do all kinds of things, and you can measure how good the information is and how good you're in contact with your client. So you can do a lot of things. That's really cool. This looks really complicated, but if you split this whole thing into smaller segments, this is what it actually is all about. Automation rules. It's a drag and drop wizard to build marketing campaigns. You can see it's like it's like a system. You start with an event, which I mentioned earlier, and it goes to yes. Okay, if you go to yes, it goes through a whole different workflow. If you go to no, there's a whole different system, and you can make it as simple or as complex as you want it to be. The system can handle it all. There are actions which you can do in. You can program events, and each step that the client goes through triggers a whole different event. So it's really easy. However, it looks complicated because there's a lot of things you have to take into account. This is the workflow creator. It's like the last part. You can make it really easy or complicated. The flow chart is how you automate and where comes what. First, you fill the content, which means you make your email pages, you make your landing pages, you do this through a drag and drop creation, and then the workflow, you fill all the content into the workflow so that it's automated. I'll be taking questions on this, but here, this is the part where you use events, conditions, and actions to build paths for automations. So different clients go into different paths depending on how willing they are, or how open they are to your product and what you're offering. Funnels. We've heard of it so many times. Everybody mentions this. Last weekend, it was also mentioned. Funnels are a way of pulling your clients through a whole system, and every funnel has different stages, and each stage you have different actions, but you need to track these people, and some of us are not really into the figures. We'd love to see it, and this is a way of making it visual. And when you see something like this, you can also discover the weak spots in your funnel, and you can do something about it to make it better. It's the sales process, and you optimize it and you automate the whole sales process so that you don't have to worry about, oh, did I phone that client? Oh, did I send that email to the client? Oh, did I do this? No, it's all automated. That's the fantastic part about it. Lead generation. We talked about it earlier, but you'd like to know how effective is your lead generation system. Here you can analyze it. You can see from which source which lead comes into your system. You can see which source is working better. Is it Facebook? Is it your website? Is it LinkedIn? It doesn't matter. It's all quantified. And you can start comparing and you can start tweaking the various places where these leads come from. I wish I had this many contacts in the system, and I think Sales Monaco would as well, because then we're really big and serious. Google Analytics and e-commerce. Well, this is really interesting because you can look at the Google data in your Sales Monaco system. It displays the number of transactions generated in your e-shop. It looks at how many transactions have resulted from your campaigns, and it's not only in figures, it's also in a graph, so it's really easy to follow. At the bottom part, there's all the different types of analytical details that you specify, that you find is important for your business. It's all tailored to you. Well, Deloitte, everybody knows Deloitte, has said, okay, Sales Monaco is a really interesting company. In the European, Middle East, and Africa region, Sales Monaco was identified as number 104 on the rank of the 500 biggest growing companies. Since 2011, the date that Sales Monaco started their business, they have grown 976% in revenue. That is, I mean, it shows how effective the system is, because if it isn't effective, the clients won't appreciate it. And let me tell you, the people at Sales Monaco do the extra mile, and their system is versatile, and it helps. It helps you make a lot more money on internet and the marketing thereof. Is everybody happy? Did we give you enough value? What's the investment? That's the big question now. Okay, the competitors of Sales Monaco, a company like Marketo, the price of that platform is around £1,500 per month based on 12 months minimum contract. Eloqua Basic, £2,000. Pardot Standard, £1,000. HubSpot only does on quotation. Sales Fusion, £950. And if you look at these investment figures and prices, you will have to do a lot of sales to earn this back. Ta-da! Sales Monaco. They have a new system, a new pricing system. The Basic, which is a self-service starter, is for free. It's a free account, but you have to do a lot of work to get it going, and the contact you have to do by yourself. It's a nice way to start. Small and medium-sized online stores, you start with £39 a month, and the first month is free. Elite is a complete revenue hub for large international corporations. And yeah, that is, for £1,200 you can expect something, but actually that is the standard price for a simple system with the competitor. Let's go to the website and look at it. Here we go. A little patience, but it's coming. we're going to look at the pricing. Here is the basic, that's the pro, and that's the elite in euros. Now we're going to pounds. That's it. I didn't lie. I was looking. These are the features, and I'm going to look at the middle one because that is actually what you're after. These are the things that you need. Marketing automation workflows. I mean, it includes everything that is here. Lead nurturing, marketing campaign calendars, landing pages, you name it. But dynamic emails with recommendations, a dynamic website content, anonymous marketing on automation. These are the characters that come onto your website and say no to the cookies, but you still can contact them. You can do social media posting, ads integration, web browser push recommendations. It means when your client goes to the browser, they will see here a message from you if they've ever been to your website. Pop-ups with recommendations and segmentation and automation. The second thing you need to take into account actually is how many clients or how many addresses or contacts are in your database. Up to 200 contacts, it's for free, but that's not really a serious organization. Up to 100 with the basic is for £39 a month. But here, 1,000 on the pro version is £149. So you have this whole system for £179 a month. That is really good when you compare it. There are also other features that are included, and you have a lot of reports and analytics. And that's the cool part of this all of. So let's get back to the PowerPoint system. That is what your investment is, and that's a good price. At Rob Alders, we're not going to leave you to do it alone. We help you each step of the way. You have a problem with content, you have a problem with automation rules, the workflows are not working, we'll help you with that. Let me go back to the basics now. All right. Does anybody have any questions at this point? This is really weird looking. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was the presentation. There are no questions. So I thank you very much for investing your time and investing your energy at this time of the evening. I really appreciate everything, and we'll be in touch. Thank you very much, and good evening.